The following is an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.
Can you give us just some thoughts on the game on Saturday?
Just a battle from start to finish. Our guys came out and we battled. We gave it all we had, but just like life, sometimes you come up a little bit short. But I'm very proud of the way they competed. We had our chances to win the football game, and we just didn't come through.
Where do you kind of go from here, and what did you kind of see on tape that really defined the game?
The minor details. At the end of the day, it was just boiled down to guys making the catch, guys making the right progressions in what they do, tackling, and making sure we don't bust assignments. In any game, that's what it kind of comes down to, and that's what you saw from the film. We had some chances throughout the course of the game, not just the last touchdown or not just the field goal, but there were several times throughout that entire game that we should have came away with touchdowns instead of field goals or, moved the chains a little bit more, but we didn't. And that's what you get, So, hats off to Bethune-Cookman. They're a well-coached team, and they deserve to win the football game.
We've talked a lot about confidence in your team after 2 losses to FBS programs. Is it a different type of, what's kind of mentality in the locker room right now after a loss in conference?
Just missed opportunities. I think they know exactly what happened. I think they know what the breakdown was as a football team. So the goal is to continue to push forward, continue to make sure that we don't let that happen again. We've been in a situation like this before last year where we had a conference loss. So last year was a 5-way tie with 2 conference losses. So we can't control who wins and who loses other teams. The only thing we control is what we do going forward. And I think our team's going to be ready to play. We're desperately in need of a win right now. A team that we had 3 losses in a row and we haven't had a win since September. So we're anxious to get on the field on Saturday and compete.
Is there a big difference in the mood of the locker room after the Bethune-Cookman loss versus after Duke or FIU or anything?
I think it was, just for the simple fact, it was a conference game, and we're to the point where now these games, every game matters even more so because you play all year to have a chance to win your conference and go to the Celebration Bowl. So now we understand the sense of urgency as a program that we need to win this week.
What's the scouting report on A&M?
Very talented football team. I know they haven't won a lot of games this upcoming year, but the thing about it is they have a lot of skill guys. They're a very talented team, and they can explode at any time on you. So we just got to make sure that we do the best job that we can do to make sure that we keep everything in check. They got a very talented quarterback who's throwing the ball all over the field right now. Their running game is starting to get going a little bit. And defensively, they're active, and we just got to make sure that we do things to attack them on both sides of the ball.
Is there any concern about one loss turning into 2? In other words, that was such a heartbreaker on Saturday. How do you convey to the guys, you just got to flush it out of the system and move forward here?
One thing is, like I said, we've been here before. So we've been in a situation where we came off a very high win last year against South Carolina State, and then the next week we dropped the Morgan State game. This year, it just flipped a little bit. So, we come off a heartbreaking loss to Bethune-Cookman, so now it's up to us to just make sure that we put that behind us. We got it out of our system on Sunday, and Monday was the guys' day off. So now going forward, throughout the rest of the week, our total focus is only on FAMU. We don't even think about Bethune-Cookman anymore.
Let me just ask you this. What do you do to, they may look at this and say, oh, they're 0-5 or something, and how do you keep them, not thinking, we're better than them anyway. We'll get it done.
Right now we're not better than anybody. Right now we're 0-1 in the conference. Like I said, we haven't gotten a win since the beginning of September. So we can't take anybody for granted. And I think the game last week showed that being up 26-7 and then allowing that team to come back shows that you got to keep playing for 4 quarters because you never know what opportunity, what chance, what's going to be that turning point in the game. And I think this is a great lesson to be learned throughout the course of the season.
When you look at your third down conversion, before the Bethune game, I think you guys were last in the FCS in converting third downs. Afterwards, you guys are, I think, 117 out of 123 teams. What's kind of the problem that your team is having getting those third down conversions?
I think it's going to get better as the season goes on. Like you said, we faced 2 FBS opponents back-to-back weeks, and we just really weren't good at third downs. I think the other night we were over 50% converting third downs. So my expectation is to continue to get better going forward. We haven't had a problem in the past converting third downs within our conference play. I think we end up finishing in the top 2 or 3 last year. So, our expectations as far as third down conversion, I'm not extremely worried because I know the competition is leveled off now, so I feel comfortable about where we're headed.
You guys were also, I think, 1 of 8 for third down conversions against St. Aug. Was that just you guys being new and getting into the flow of the game?
Yeah, kind of first game. You know, we hit a lot of explosive plays. We had probably more explosive plays. We didn't do a great job on third down, so it caused us to go for it a little bit more on fourth down. I think we were 2 or 3 on fourth down conversions. So, you know, it's just going to continue to get better as we keep going along.
Okay. What's the status of Quentin Atkinson? Is he set to come back this week, or how is he kind of rehabbing?
He's doing his rehab. It's going good week to week. He's not going to have surgery this upcoming year. So, you know, we expect him back at any time. Whenever the doctors give us the red light, green light to allow him to play, then we're going to allow him to play.
It's still a toe sprain, right? Is that what's the diagnosis?
It's a severe toe injury. I forgot the exact name of the diagnosis, but it's usually about a 4 to 6 week injury, and I think he's coming up on that 5th to 6th week right now.
And speaking of receivers, you know, Jalen Wilkes had a couple drops last week. How do you guys kind of work to make sure that he gets rid of those freshman jitters and that isn't a thing that persists throughout the season?
We've got to just keep working through. You know, we know Jalen is talented. He does a great job catching the football in practice. He does a great job in camp. And some scrimmages and type situations catching the ball. We understand, you know, he's a young freshman. We've had some injuries at the receiver position, so we've got to continue to work through him until he learns how to step up. And I think, you know, he had a drop, but he showed flashes, and that's the thing we got to continue to build on. Stay positive with him and make sure he understands he does have the ability and keep building his confidence up as well.
When you're coming off a tough loss and you got a losing streak going on here, how much do you lean on, you know, the veteran leaders? I mean, you can preach all you want, but how much do you lean on the veteran leaders to, you know, during practice to kind of keep everyone up and keep everyone confident?
It's extremely important. You know, when you have an experienced team and the guys that we have that were part of that team last year that saw us drop a couple of games in the beginning, but then we finished out, closed the season strong. We need those C.J. Mohr type guys. We need Malcolm Bells. We need certain guys like that to continue to stress the importance of those younger guys, because we got some guys that's young getting some playing time. They need to continue to stress the importance of making sure they finish and making sure that they prepare the same way each and every week.
You mentioned C.J. Mohr. What does he bring to the team uniquely that no other guy kind of has?
You know, CJ's been around a long time. He's been through a lot of different head coaches. He's played a lot of college football. So one thing about him is he understands you don't get too high, you don't get too low. You just got to stay even keeled throughout the whole season, because it is a long season, and no one would ever expected us to be in the situation that we were in last year. No one in the country would expect the MEAC to finish the way it did last year. So you just got to stay focused and take care of what you can control week in and week out.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.